Greetings, Great Witch here. So we're going to start up the first mission of the Drug Wars DLC that we got. And I'm not going to lie, I've been having quite a bit of fun with this. Any missions where I get to kill the Lost, I'm actually quite happy about. So after you get your call from Ron, you're going to show up to this place and all kinds of fun stuff will ensue. And, yeah, it's, like I said, it's been interesting. Alright, so after all the cutscenes and stuff like that, basically, you gotta help these guys do some stuff. So, there's gonna be 4 waves of Lost that attack. So, from each side of the building, you're gonna have to defend. And it is basically very simple to do. They just run right up to you, you shoot them. That's basically it. You'll have help from some of the other NPC characters that are around, but not too much, so don't expect too much. And don't be afraid to use explosives. Knock them out. But they are going to hide up on all kinds of low places, up on balconies and back in the back, so keep your eyes open. And you should be able to get through it pretty soon.
Who wants to shoot more bikers? Because I got some good news.
And then when the final wave finally starts to end, we'll move on to the next part of this mission. We are moving on.
I will throw a dildo at your face. They got some nutsack coming here.
And what you're going to do now is you're going to go get to a boat and go across the lake. And I'm looking for my car, which seems to have disappeared. So, I'm going to take this thing. And I really want one of these. If we don't get to buy one of these or get one for this whole thing, I'm going to be really upset. This has been like 4 or 5 times these have been in missions and stuff, and we haven't got them yet. I really want this car. I think it's mainly just because you can't buy it. But it is really cool. Alright, so he's going to tell you to come over here and get in a boat. And that's what we're going to do, is get in the boat.
Get this RV back safe and you'll make a solid addition to the Troupe. And listen, if you want to get there faster, we got a boat over by the boathouse
So it's right
just
over here.
down the road. Keep me on the line, okay?
And you're going right directly across the lake, so as soon as you get in the boat, make sure you got your armor on, get your snacks up, and all that fun stuff, because there's going to be a whole bunch of bad guys over there. Now, the way that I did this, it kind of worked out, kind of didn't work out. I came up along the side, basically straight across from the other side of the lake, and what I should have done was worked my way up and came around from the top. Because as you see, they have a really good advantage over where my position is. It gets worse when I move, too. So I should have went to the right and went up around the top, killed all those guys, and then made my way down. But what I did is I did it the reverse way, which was twice as hard. Because from that cliff ledge area over there, they can just hit you pretty easily. Because they do have the high ground. And you're supposed to be protecting that RV, and there's a couple of guys that will run behind it and they'll walk onto them and hit the RV, so you're going to put bullets into it. It becomes a pain in the ass. I was able to do this, and I actually ended up killing myself trying to use the grenade launcher. It ricocheted back on me. You gotta be far away from those things. I wasn't. But however you do it, it's not too bad. It's basically just, it takes longer to go the way that I went than it could if you went the other way. So once you do make your way over there and jump in it, you just kind of protect it. You're going to get some bullets in it when they take off because all these guys spawn instantly. And there's going to be guys that chase you. But it's not too bad. It could be a lot worse. So there's going to be like a little thing where these guys pull up in the road up here, a little roadblock. And you can snipe them, which I've done. It's kind of tricky, especially if you have, not a good sniper rifle. But this works like really well. So I do this. I'm not nickel and diming these missions. I mean, I could sit there and snipe everybody and use $25 worth of ammo, and I'm not doing that for these. It's just, I'm having fun. Whatever ammo I've got, whatever weapons I've got, I'm using. Now this part up here, you can scrape these guys off that are following you on these rocks and these trees if you drive close enough to them. But you'll end up losing them if you just take this little back way to Trevor's. Because I lost them every time I've done this. And just come over here and do this cool little jump and head over to the liquor store and pick up Dax. Who, I just think this dude, if you've ever seen The Big Lebowski, this is Walter's kid. Just if you've ever seen Big Lebowski, just tell me if you think this is Walter's kid. You'll understand if you've seen the movie. But anyway, you pick him up, and now you're going to go all the way back into the city in this thing. And of course, the Lost are going to be chasing you. But I'm going to show you a really cool way to avoid 95% of that. So you just go the way that he wants you to go. Listen to him run his mouth. And if you do notice in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a health meter for the vehicle that you're in. So try not to run into stuff and rock stars like just throwing cars in front of you nowadays. But here comes the Lost. Instead of having to deal with these guys the entire way back on the interstate, we're going to skip over the interstate and jump on the railroad tracks. And that'll save us a great deal of headache. You see what I'm talking about? But head over here. Now you can't, occasionally, you'll get one of the guys that'll follow you onto the tracks, but they don't seem to stay behind you for very long. They'll stay for a couple hundred yards and then they just disappear. I don't know what it is. Maybe they just glitch out or whatever it is. But it's pretty cool because he'll keep shooting, and all you gotta do is just stay on the railroad tracks and avoid trains. And just take this one all the way in. When it keeps going, take it right into the tunnel, because where this comes out is almost right where you need to be, and it's a perfect little shortcut. And once you're in here, you'll lose the Lost, and everything will be good. Like I said, watch out for them trains. If you get hit by one of those and all ricocheted up in the walls, it's over for that thing. And that's pretty much the end of the mission, except for with a little bit of driving you've got to do. The Lost are gone. All you got to do now is just come down here, make this little left once you can get to the road is. Right here. Come right out onto the road, and then just drive where the yellow line takes you. As long as you don't throw any explosives in front of you or something stupid like that, you pretty much got this. And like I said, I have enjoyed playing these missions. They're pretty cool. They're not going to pay out much after this because right now they're running 3 times cash and RP, so I'm not imagining them to be something that's going to make a lot of money later on. But we didn't have to buy a whole bunch of stuff, so that was pretty cool. And here we are. And that's the end of this mission. I'll show you the payout, and I'll see you again in the next one.